Hey, it's Rob. Welcome to Axel's Garage. We're down here in Axel's workshop tonight, and we are going to go with the third video in our $40 holster shootout series, and I'll put a link to that playlist up here. So far, we have done the Concealment Express inside the waistband Kydex holster, and we did two videos on this. We did sort of like an unboxing, an overview, and then a review. It was supposed to be after I used it for a month. I wound up using it for 65 days straight, and I gave my review on this one. This came in at around 40-ish. We got it in the carbon fiber look, and there was a promo code, so it was right around $40. I think the basic holster in black is $37 or something like that. So these $40 holsters that we're doing in this $40 holster shootout are the ones that you see on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, all the social medias, and they seem to advertise a lot. There's a bunch of different brands. So Concealment Express, watched the video. I didn't have high hopes for it, and it turned out to work out really well, and I really liked it. So now this is the bar, because this is the first one. Whether it was good, bad, or ugly, this was the one we're testing the next one to. So now this next one is the We the People, and I had high hopes for this one. And the reason why I had high hopes for it comes in a nice little pouch, all right, and inside the pouch, it's just the, let's see what's in the pouch, packing slip. I got a decal, two decals, a thank you, all right. They definitely have the marketing down, and I'm sure they spend money on this marketing, so to have all this marketing and a holster that comes in at around that $40 price point is pretty good. I went, and it was Christmas time, so we had a promo code on this one too, and I went and got the We the People looking holster. Let's get this label off. Alright, we got the label off. It leaves a little bit of residue that we'll have to clean off. But here's the holster, very similar to the Concealment Express. Okay. Concealment Express looks like the guard that protects the slide from your skin looks a little more squared off. This one looks a little more rounded. Definitely comes up in the front a little bit more. Alright. A similar buckle. Not the same, but a similar buckle, with the Concealment Express has the countersunk finishing washers and then the screw rolling through. These have panhead screws instead. There is a rubber gasket between the buckle and the Kydex in the holster, and that's good too, because like on this one, even though these rubbers are a lot thicker on the Concealment Express, you can see the rubbers here. Alright, a lot thicker. On the We the People, definitely a thinner rubber. But it's got rubber, which is good because rubber stops it from getting loose. Down on the retention screw, the We the People has one retention screw, same thing. It's a panhead screw. It's got rubber going into the to that smooth nut on the back, and it does have a piece of rubber in between. The Concealment Express has two retention screws and big rubbers. I'm a fan of the big rubbers on here, but this one's about the We the People holster. So there's our difference. The clip, let's compare the clips. So on the Concealment Express, the clip kind of has an upward catch, so it catches on your belt, and then a little thumb tab. This one here has a little thumb tab also, and it does have an upward cant on it as well, so that it catches on your belt. So very similar there as well. You can see the two clips side by side. Alright, very similar. Alright, so this one here I actually had higher hopes for than the Concealment Express, and I was pleasantly surprised with the Concealment Express. So for this one to make it, alright, it's going to have to really outperform. And I'll tell you where it's falling behind already. Before I even opened it up, I was a little annoyed because this is the one I wanted. I just liked the whole We the People thing. their whole marketing thing kind of drew me to them, and it was like that. It was a whole so that like you almost wanted to have it. Ordered this one the same day I ordered the Concealment Express, December 17th, right before Christmas. So I ordered this one. Ordered it. I got an email saying, we got your order. Same day. And then they continued to, for the next 60 days, pound me with one email about every 2.5 days. Never did I get an email saying it was being shipped and processing, shipped, delivered, anything like that. I waited, and it took about, I got it on January 12th. I wrote it on the bag. January 12th. So from December 17th to January 12th, almost a month to get it in, when the Concealment Express came in before Christmas. I ordered it on December 17th. It came in December 24th. They sent me an email every step of the way. Ordered, prepped, shipped, out for delivery, delivered. We the People sent me junk email for the next, they're still sending, I even got one today. They're still sending me a junk email about every 2.5 days. They never told me it was delivered. I never got any shipping notification, nothing like that. It just eventually showed up one time. So and it's not like we ordered it for some oddball gun. We ordered it for a Glock 19. So that's number one. It's already starting behind the 8 ball because it took so long to get, and the communications was so poor, even though they love sending you emails, because they've been shelling my inbox with junk email for every product that they have and every new thing that they have. All right, so what do we got here? What don't I like about it already out of the box? One retention screw. Is that bad? Not necessarily bad. Again, we're going to go to what it's competing against right now, which is the Concealment Express. So I'm going to take the Glock 19, safe, clear, and empty, and I'm going to put it into the Concealment Express, and I'm going to show you where it grabs. It's going to grab on this part of the trigger guard right here. See the forward leading edge of the trigger guard is where it grabs. That's the retention, and you have 2 retention screws. All right, and that's where it grabs, just like that. Now, we the People, right? I'm going to take this, we're going to slide it in, and it's barely grabbing. I wouldn't even want to turn this upside down. It's an empty gun too. Empty, I'm holding it from the clip, and just a little shake, and it comes out. So we're behind the 8 ball on this. Concealment Express. All I did was tighten the screws about 1/4 to a 1/2 turn just to make sure they were all snug. That was it. I said I would adjust the retention later on because I wanted to get it in and see how it was, but that little 1/2 to 1/4 to 1/2 turn tighten that I did was more than adequate in getting it to retain well. So this one, all right, ships with the clip straight up and down, all right, as opposed to the cant on this one. I believe this is a 20-degree cant, so I want to cant this one. So it looks like I'm going to have to change the holes. So now we got to do some surgery. So I'm going to loosen this one, take this one all the way out. Rubber, the nut on the back, I'll put the rubber on top. I want to bring it. Alright, so after playing with it a little bit, there's 4 holes in the holster and 4 holes in the buckle. It looks like if I line them up even to even, it looks like I got the same angle that I got on this, because I liked this angle. Seemed to work well for me. That's a forward cant of about 15 to 20 degrees. Alright, I'm going to get these screws snug. I just want to see the back of the screw popping through, the nut on the back side, not where it's going to jab all the way in, but I want to see that it's in there, and I want to smush that rubber down, which really smushes down. When you tighten it up, that rubber really smushes down to almost nothing. But you got to give that rubber a smush to get good thread engagement with the nut. So I think I'm in there good with the rubber, nice and smushed down. And now the retention we have to deal with, because the retention sucked. So let me give it 2, 3, 4 twists, which is about a quarter turn a twist. So still not nearly as tight as the Concealment Express. So now I'm going to go, now I'll really count my turns. So that's a quarter, and the back side is actually turning. So let's pull this out. I got a flat screwdriver for the back because the back is turning better, but not. And there's no ammo. So this gun is still coming out. Want to make a comparison? Alright, so tighten it a little more. You tell I'm annoyed. Long shipping, horrible communications, spam in my inbox, and now I really had to play with this thing. Just wasn't an easy thing to adjust here. This one, you just loosen them up and give them a swivel, and they're good to go. This one, I had to take them completely out and figure it out. And now the retention is a bit of a pain in the ass. All right, that's much better. All right, that's much better. Okay, again, safe, clear, and empty. I'm going to take a full magazine just for the weight. I'm not going to chamber any rounds, so the gun's still safe, and it falls right out. All right, so let's give it another little turn. Back to staying. All right, so now it's to the point where the tip of the screw is popping through. All right, that was better, retention-wise. Still falls out. Just to compare, goes in nice and easy. Put a full magazine in there before I can get it to come out. I really got to shake it to get it to come out. Concealment Express, by the way, I didn't mention that. We the people. Alright, here's the issue. If you notice on the Concealment Express when I had it up close, let me grab it again. Right, the Kydex is in the mold. There's the trigger guard. Right, so it's molded around the front of the trigger guard. Right, you see that? The whole thing here is indented, and it grabs the front of the trigger guard in the back and in the front. Right, grabs it and it pinches it in there, and that's what does it. This one, instead of being molded around the trigger guard, it's just got these little bumps on the inside. Can you see them? Right in there? Right in there, see those bumps? Right? That's what's supposed to hold it in. And it's just not enough meat. Just not enough meat. Let me give it, I really, how much more am I going to turn this thing? I keep turning this screw, and now the back of the screw, you see it? It's starting to come past the nut. So the screw's actually too long. where it's just the head of the screw is, not the head, the leading edge of the screw is just past the nut now, if you look right there. Alright, so that, when it's in your pants, is going to be up against your skin. So either a shorter screw, or I'm going to have to grind a little bit off of that screw. Well, definitely not retention, and definitely not the retention of this. I don't think I could go any more on the squeezing it. So I'm going to put it in. And it's not horrible, but it's not great. It's not the Concealment Express. So let me take that magazine out. Let me take the Glock 26. Now, the Concealment Express, we ordered it for the Glock 19 also, and it fit the 26 because the 26 and the 19 up on from here back, it's pretty much the same on the frame, so it should grab the trigger guard just the same, right? And it does. Smaller gun, lighter. This one's not falling out. So it's not as bad for the 26. Let's put this magazine in just to get some weight, and it comes right out. So I had such high hopes. Alright, otherwise it fits the 26 the same as the 19, except that it just doesn't come all the way down to the bottom like the 19 does. You can see there you got that much room in there with the 26 in it. Take the 19, put the 19 in, and the 19 goes pretty much right down to the bottom. Alright, it covers the trigger guard completely. You're not seeing any trigger whatsoever. It goes around the magazine release. Alright, on this side it has the same bump around the magazine release, so if you had your magazine release on the other side, but you can't see the trigger, you can't get in there. Nothing's going to get in your trigger guard. Completely sealed up. The only thing I'm not liking right now is the retention, but it's not horrible. It's just, without a magazine in it, I can't shake it loose. Once I put the magazine in, is when there's enough weight for it to come out. Right, which is the same thing with this, but this one just comes out. It's a lot harder to get this one to come out. Even though there's a little slop in this holster, it's still, you don't feel that slop when you wear it, by the way. You'll see it if you watch my other video. This one here, a little slop in the holster. Not bad. A little rock. If the Concealment Express is any indicator, it had a lot more slop. This one too. But that slop wasn't noticeable when you had it on. Did not move at all. Didn't hear it moving around or anything like that. So we're going to go with this. I'm going to wear it every day. I'm going to try to do 60 days. Hopefully I'll make 30. If I like it, I know I'll go to 60. And then I'll give you a review as to how this compares to the Concealment Express. Now, just to show you, when we got the Concealment Express in, the thing that I was concerned with was this tail to protect your skin from the slide, because it had like a little wave to it, and I thought that was going to pinch my fat. And it did a couple of times sitting in a chair, a certain way lounge recliner. And then all I did was just readjust and it went away. Now this one doesn't have such a high thing. So this one goes right above the top of the slide. And on the We the People, right, it's not going all the way up. Okay, which could be good, could be bad, who knows. But what I do see is this here. This here coming out. Right? I think that's going to pinch me. I don't know. I have a feeling this is going to pinch my fat. I just got a hunch. Right? I'm 5'9". I usually weigh anywhere from 240 to 205. Right now I'm around the 240. It's my winter weight. But I think this might pinch me a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Looks great, but does it function? We'll see. I'm going to try to go to 60 days, see what happens, and we'll get back to you and see which one is ahead on the $40 holster shootout. Will the We the People win? Will the Concealment Express win? We'll pick a winner, and then we'll pick a new challenger, and we'll go with another $40 social media advertised, one of those, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter holster shootouts. Let me know in the comments below if you've used either the Concealment Express or the We the People. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know what your retention issues might have been as well. Like I said, this is as much retention as I could give it without grinding off some of that screw to make it a little bit shorter, because once this screw starts popping out, it's going to be right up riding against me and ripping my underwear probably. Matter of fact, it's sticking out just a little bit. I'm going to leave it just sticking out maybe like a 32nd of an inch. I'm going to leave it to see if it does any damage to the undergarments. I'm going to clean off the tape residue from the sticker that was on it, and going to put it on, and I'm going to leave it on for 60 days. I don't have high hopes. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video series. I'll put a playlist in the description below, along with links to the We the People holster and the Concealment Express holster, and any that we might add in the future. As always, I'm tired, it's late, thanks for watching.